It's our time. Kia ora, talofa. Welcome to thebrology Reacts, where we react to conversations of faith that is happening in the Oceania world. And today we're going to react to Spanian. So from what I know about Spanian, he did some time in prison. Since then he's turned his life around. I think he started making hip-hop videos. And recently he opened a kebab shop. So shout out to Spanian. I could see you turning his life around. And look, he has a testimony. He's a professed Christian, which I can believe based on this video. But what we're going to do now is listen to how he found God and react to that. Look, if you have any other people, that have faith discussions, whether they're celebrities or just people in the Oceania community, please let me know. We can react to more of this. Yeah, look, let's go ahead and watch the video. Enjoy.
Have you believed in God, or did you turn to God?
You mean to say, have I always believed in God? I was the most, I won't get into it in full detail now. I was the fastest talking, most witty, most knowledgeable atheist there used to be. I used to be inspired by vicious hate. I used to be able to talk anybody out of their beliefs with all of these supposed facts and knowledges, and just like, bro, I spent my whole life like that. I used to hate God, hate anyone that believes in God. I used to think they were retarded children. How could you even believe in like this stupid story of magical this? And I would study sciences and fucking astronomy and the old people, like the people that were against the churches, like the Galileos and Copernicuses and stuff.
Awesome. Sorry guys, didn't give you a warning about the language. Apologies on that, but just know that there's some coarse language there. Now, just what I gathered from Spanian so far is, he is a person that is knowledgeable. I'm not sure if he went to a Christian school, but, he brings up Copernicus and Galileo. So they were known Christians who, I guess, may have started the chain reaction of the decline of Christendom, because what happened was, everyone believed that the earth was in the center of the universe and everything orbited it. Now it was Copernicus and I think later Galileo that discovered, hey, actually it's the sun that, all the planets orbit around. And because of their arguments, people started to slowly doubt Christendom, and obviously we've got Protestant Reformation and all those other types of events. Theologians, you can correct me on that if I'm right or wrong, but definitely Spanian, does have some logic. So he's not just coming up with, bro knowledge, but he actually does a lot of research. So awesome. Let's carry on.
And spit their facts, and it's like, so if a simple religious person, Christian, Muslim, whatever, would try and say, yeah, I believe in God, I love God, I would hit them with so many facts, I'll bring tears to their eyes. I used to pride myself on it. It was almost like I was fucking possessed with this fire to do it. And all of these facts that I thought were facts, I read them in books and fucking shit like that, cuz. And I was the most raging, hateful atheist that you could. All atheists are pretty hateful, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I know that's a weird thing to say, and a lot of people can take that wrong. They'll hear I'm atheist, it doesn't mean I hate people, it just means I don't want to believe in a magical sky fairy. That's the hate. If you're an atheist, it's because of hate. I was so hateful and I was so atheist. And then one day when all the hate went, as soon as all the hate goes, there's a God. But the hate has to go. And it doesn't have to be a projected hate. When I say hate, it doesn't mean that you walk around like an angry person. Hate doesn't have to be projected. Hate can be on yourself. Hate can be on your existence. You can hate your lack of understanding. You can hate the position you're in life, but be a complete coward to people's faces. Because you hate stuff doesn't mean that you project it. You could be the littlest bitch on the earth and be full of hate.
Oh, interesting conversation here. For myself, when I first heard Spanian talk about this, I was like, I don't think all atheists are haters. Some people might be indifferent. But if you think about the conversation in a theological sense, and I'm sure maybe Spanian's going along this route as well, I'd probably replace the word hate with sin. Sin actually separates people from God. It isolates people from, seeing what the truth of God and the Holy Spirit is trying to reveal to us. So I find that quite interesting. So maybe not hate, that separates us from God, but sin. Same thing, I suppose. But yeah, what do you think?
But I'll tell you one thing, cuz the thing that stops your human spirit, knowing that God is there and feeling God, is hate. It's hate, whether you like to say it or not. And it's the same thing that is calm and is collected and, and is calculable, that you think, calculated, that you think you are. It's the thing in you that always makes you comprehend things in a way that justify your bias already. So you don't want to believe there's a God. And as much as you say you do, you actually don't, because you've confirmed that anyone who believes in a God is an absolute retard believing in, you might as well believe in the Easter Bunny. You've confirmed that in your head. So you will biasly hear the rest of the world forever and experience the rest of the world forever in a way that just confirms that. It's confirmation bias. And it's a hatred. But when that hatred goes, you just be like, one day, cuz, I don't know, the hatred just goes. I can't give you a reason why, but the hatred just went, cuz, and I was just sitting in a prison cell and I was like, what the fuck, lad? And this is before I ever experienced Jesus. This is when I just knew in my head, there is a fucking God, and it is crazy, cuz. I don't know what it is, but you just have to release it. And a lot of people will think that you find God in like the worst part of your life. No, actually, I went through 5 years of heroin addiction, overdosing and dying, in and out of prison and boys' homes, hating God, not believing in God, hating anyone that believed in God. I spent my entire 20s doing my roughest prison sentences and segregations, not believing in God and not even caring about it. And then actually towards the end, after it was all done and I was at the end of my last sentence and I had no worries in the world and I had really easy, my jail was cruisy. I was actually in that time, so it was weird. People think when you're down and out and by yourself in a prison cell and you got nothing left, you believe in God just to make you feel better. But no, it's actually the quite opposite. Just my hate just got released.
Interesting point. So I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe Spanian had an intellectual conversion, and encountered God, during his prison time. But as Spanian said in the beginning of the video, it's not the full story. So look, there might have been a person or a community or people that, had been a part of Spanian's life even during his time in prison, that might have helped him to encounter Jesus. But look, I'm not too sure.
On its own. And then I just knew that there's a God, so I started studying every religion intently, every religion, practicing every religion from Buddha. If people in prison with me, Bathurst, I remember 2016, I was trying my best to be Buddhist. I even meditated for months and months. I meditated until I seen that circle that you're supposed to see. Arguably, it was the same circle or not. Like, I studied Islam, so I read the Quran 3 times, Hadiths. I read the Guidance of a Traveler, this big book of rules and things. I even learned prayers. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka Na'budu wa Iyyaka. I think that's Al-Fatiha. Like, bro, I was full into every religion until I met Jesus.
So I suppose if we were to put Spanian's testimony in the 5 thresholds of conversion, and you can look at previous videos, so you can say his openness moment was, when he released his hate and realized, hey, there's a God that exists. And now he's seeking, he's going through, looking at the different religions, trying to figure out where God is.
I met Jesus, bro. And you know that story? You know that story of all of those mentally ill people from every walk of life, from every religion, and one day they just all of a sudden meet Jesus, and Jesus comes to them, and Jesus says, like, it's okay, I hear, I love you. But bro, I'm gonna get goosebumps now, cuz it's gonna bring tears to my eyes, lad. You know there's that story?
I've never heard the story, guys. Look, it may be true. Look, I don't doubt Spanian's knowledge there, so if anyone has any links to the story, please let me know.
It's fucking real, cuz. Look at my goosebumps, brother. I'm gonna cry, cuz. It happened to me. It happened to me. And I don't come from a Christian background. No one in my family believes in God. It's just me. I didn't grow up, never been to church, nothing. I come from a family of atheists that think weird things like, oh, the universe is an accident and there's karma and this and that. But cuz Jesus came to me, cuz And you know how it happens every day and millions and billions of times? They're not just mentally ill people, but it happened to me. It's the weirdest thing, lad. It happened to me, and since it happened, cuz life has just been hectic, lad. My fear of death has gone, and it's just crazy, cuz it's weird. I can't explain that. I don't fucking, how am I going to explain that?
Yep. When it comes to encountering Christ, it is beyond explanation. You know, and look, I'm a logical guy, and I know it sounds like it doesn't make sense. But obviously, when we are comparing, you know, what we know in terms of our faith and in terms of, you know, logic and knowledge, you know, it's two different realms, I suppose. It's not, you know, one's right and one's wrong. You know, when you have faith in God, when you encounter the Holy Spirit, you know, it's a totally different realm altogether.
I'm not God, I can't explain it. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it happened, cuz it happened, like, that's the yarn, brother. It happened, cuz I full saved myself from crying, then that was good. Whew. Imagine I start crying in the airport talking about Jesus. So there was like a 3-year period of my life after that, from 2016 to 2019, that when I used to open the gospel, the New Testament, my body used to vibrate. It was like demons were being fucking cast out of me or something. It was weird. People actually witnessed it. People used to spin out. I used to open specifically the book of Matthew. I used to open the book of Matthew, and I couldn't talk, and just tears is not the word, and my whole body starts shaking and vibrating. It was the weirdest shit, cuz it stopped, but yeah, but that's the yarn, cuz.
Wow, what an interesting testimony. I mean, look, it's beyond explanation. Like, even Spanians touching the Bible, you know, and looking at the Gospel of Matthew, you know, he's having this charismatic moments. Now, it's something I can't understand, what other people can't understand it, but, you know, we have to look at the fruits of what Spanian's doing and, you know, the differences that he's trying to make in the community. So shout out to Spanian. Please support him and what he's doing in this faith journey. Look, my only hope would be, you know, I hope he's got a church or community that's guiding him with his faith. You know, it seems like he encountered Christ, you know, as an individual, because as he said in the video, you know, his family, you know, don't believe in God, you know, they, you know, just indifferent. So it's amazing how Christ has encountered, you know, Spanian this way, and you know, Christ reveals himself to everyone in their own unique way, and you know, who are we to doubt or judge, you know, what Spanian has gone through. Yeah, look, just in terms of final thoughts, you know, he was a guy that was atheist, and, you know, he explains the hate, which I would say sin, you know, separates us from God, which is love. And then once we release the hate, you know, that's, you know, when God can, you know, work in our lives. And we say God is love, you know, not the I love pizza kind of love, but love as in, you know, I'm committed, I'm there to be with you every step of the way. Really loved the testimony. I thought, you know, Spanian's quite direct and quite forward. You know, he's a very smart man as well. Once again, look, support his shop and everything that he's doing. If you have anyone else we can react to, please let me know. Otherwise, see you next time. Choo!